Well, everybody here picked the Bengals to win. Wait, no, they didn't. No, they didn't. No, they didn't. Never mind. Well, Ken will have a chance to explain himself later. We're going to talk about Shannon Sharp. He wants all the smoke with everybody in LA and Memphis. Aaron Gordon, slam dunk competition? Maybe, maybe not. Recruits flipping. We got recruits requesting to go somewhere else based on NIL deals. What's going on with college football? We got some divisional round breakdown and who's going to play in Glendale in a couple weeks. This is the Unbiased Podcast. Let's start. All right. What's going on? I'm Cole. He's Cam. That's Ty. What's going on, fellas?
I'm tired.
I said he's Ty.
Yeah, I'm Cam.
I think you can, bro.
That's Cam. That's
Man, how y'all been this week, bro?
been all right, man. It's been a very eventful week, man.
Yeah.
Been crazy.
What
All
about
right,
you,
so
Ty? I said, what about you? How you been good this week, bro?
Man, work. That's it.
Gotcha.
all right. And this week we're gonna start how we started off last week with a quick segment. Tell me how you really feel when we're getting down to the nitty gritty of these quick takes. We're going to start this week with Shannon Sharp. Ty, I'll start with you. Shannon Sharp got into a verbal altercation, if you will, with Dylan Brooks from the Memphis Grizzlies during Friday night's game against the Los Angeles Lakers. Steven Adams, John Morant, and his father T were among those involved in this sports debacle. Brooks said after the game that Shannon should have been escorted out. So tell me how you really feel about Shannon Sharp's involvement and how it went down.
I don't know what he said to the man that made him so frustrated. Like, you gotta be, you had to say something to really offend that man. To make him, he pointing, come here, bring that ass here, boy. Like, he had to, I'm sorry, but this shit funny to me because I'm still trying to understand what the fuck we arguing about. From what I read, Shannon said he said that he can't guard LeBron. And if it is so, then it is so, motherfucker. Like, you can't be mad at that.
Right, bro, yeah.
But he said that Shannon said something else. So, and then it's a bunch of he said, she said. I think we all just need about 5 minutes, go back to the back and take a break. I don't even know how to feel about this because it's hilarious to me.
Cam, tell me how you really feel about Shannon Sharp's involvement.
Bro, Shannon Sharp is a funny guy, bro. Like LeBron said, bro, I ride with Shannon 365, leap years 366, bro. I mean, Shannon Sharp's funny, bro. I like the way he carries himself, man. Like he seems like a cool guy. Stuff like this, bro. I mean, it's just two athletes or one active athlete and then one Hall of Famer. Just going back and forth, bro. I mean, it's just it just kind of is what it is. Steven Adams, bro. Steven Adams is about that life, bro. He was about that life in Oklahoma City, dude. He's always in something, man. If any of his teammates are in there, he's like, all right, I'm in. I don't even care. So, like, I think it's funny, too. And I think it's funny how Shannon Sharp apologized for it. I kind of felt like he was a little, like he let Dylan Brooks know Hey, bro, I'm only saying this because I got a job and I'm on ESPN. Because, he said stuff like, it doesn't matter what he said or how many times he said it. And then he also said that he's got a big platform. A lot of people look up to him because obviously Dylan Brooks called him a pedestrian, a blogger, a nobody kind of
Yeah,
thing.
yeah,
So
yeah. He called him a
I thought
regular.
it was funny how he did it, bro. So, I mean, it's sports, bro. It's sports.
But wait, because didn't he have words with Jaw Father or something? Like,
Yeah, you know that no, so
I
Dylan
mean,
Brooks was the one who started it, and then Steven Adams came to like fight his little brother battles, and then that's when Josh said, "No, no, 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 no." He looked like he might knock you out, and you the biggest one we got, so let me go. And that's when John Favre came over there. I don't know why he always involved because he the smallest one. He's smaller than John. Like he went over there. Oh, that's Shannon Sharp. Oh, never mind. He was really trying to get the hell out of the way.
man, Hunter of a Lion, man.
bro, that guy.
Really trying to get the hell out the way. Steven Adams was talking. Yeah, look how far Jaw is. He really not trying to get involved. He's like, damn.
Bro, he's looking at bro. He's looking at Steven Adams like, bro, that's a big dude, bro. Don't involve me in this.
Hey, but who is little
Look at
buddy?
John Bobby. He keep going back. He willingly going back. He not trying to like resist arrest. None of that.
Yeah.
Get me the fuck out of here, please.
Bro, I feel bad for the guy that's trying to stop Steven Adams to begin with, because, dude, I mean, his head's right here, and Steven Adams is up here, and he's like trying to stop him, bro. Steven Adams just pushing him out of the way, just with ease.
Oh, it was the world against Shannon Sharp. That is so funny. Oh my God, that's funny as hell. We got another quick take. Aaron Gordon has said he will participate in the dunk contest this year if he's selected as an all-star. Now, Gordon is currently averaging around 17 points, 7 rebounds a game, and he has participated in the dunk contest twice. Now, Cam, tell me how you really feel about Aaron Gordon's participation in the dunk contest. Should he really want to?
Honestly, man, I would if I was him. Only because, I mean, I think that he's being a good sport about it. He knows the fans kind of want to see him in it. I mean, I think everyone kind of thinks that he got snubbed on 2 of the dunk contests already, man. When you go back and rewatch him, I went back and rewatched him earlier today. I don't know how this guy jumps the way that he jumps, because it's insane. He had, where he jumped over the mascot, a couple of times, especially the one, he went underneath his legs, and his legs were parallel, dude. And like, here's the rim, and like his head's right here, and his legs are just parallel, straight, ball up underneath, dunk it, dude. Like, I don't know, man. He can jump. I would go in because, I mean, this has got to be it, bro. If he doesn't win, though, I don't know, man. Just kind of, I wouldn't do it again after this, but I would if he gets in, for sure.
Tell me how you really feel. Is Aaron Gordon an all-star?
I don't know, man. I don't know that Aaron Gordon's an all-star. But I mean, if he gets in, then should he participate? I wouldn't. The hell with that shit.
No, I think if he participate, he gonna get. I don't know if he's gonna get John Morant to participate. He might get a guy like Anthony Edwards and some big time dunkers.
Yeah.
I don't want no damn participation award. I want the big chip, and he deserved it. And they keep fucking him over. Fuck that.
Yeah, no. He was screwed. Dwayne Wade personally did it himself. Dwayne Wade personally did it in 2020. And Zach LaVine was he was a formidable opponent, but did he really win? Like, was that really Zach LaVine's dunk contest?
No, bro, not at all.
And 17 points per game, 7 rebounds, but he's on the best squad. It's if he doesn't get in, then who else could they put in? So I hope that Aaron Gordon gets in. They don't reserve a spot for somebody like Draymond Green. Not saying that Draymond Green isn't an all star, but I don't want to see Draymond get a spot in there.
He
Wasn't
is not.
Right.
he said what?
He is not.
The man he averaged around 8 points, around
Mhm.
8 rebounds, somewhere around six assists.
You want
Those
to talk
are
about pedestrians? You want to talk about pedestrians?
that's about as pedestrian as they get.
And that what Dan said? He said pedestrian. He
Yeah,
said
that's what he said. He said that, but that's not really that pedestrian. He's more of a passenger seat. You feel me? Because he got a bunch of
rider,
drivers. He got a bunch of drivers. He's just a passenger dude.
the
Yep.
back seat rider, third row.
Oh man. So we're gonna go into some college football for the first time. Last week we got a 5-star recruit, Kamani McLean. He flipped from Miami, University of Miami, the U, to the University of Colorado, joined Coach Primetime Deion Sanders. So we'll start with you, Cam. How does this impact Coach Prime's legacy already in Colorado?
I mean, honestly, man, Kamani McLean, he's coming out and he's, 5-star cornerback. I want to say, I know he's the number one cornerback. I can't remember if he's the number one recruit. But Coach Prime last year got the number one recruit and a 5-star cornerback, Travis Hunter, which, I mean, his year this past year, stat wise, wasn't really that great. I wasn't able to really watch Jackson State that much, so I don't know if he was hurt or if he didn't start that much. But with Kamani McLean coming there, right out of high school, following Deion Sanders, everybody knows the name, man. If you know football, you know Deion Sanders. And honestly, what he did at Jackson State, I think that he could do that at Colorado. Colorado wasn't number one in any category in the Pac-12.
Yeah, I was looking. It took me a while for me to try to find something. I couldn't find a damn thing.
Right. So, I mean, honestly, man, it really is. You have a team that really is like you can only go up. And, when you're getting some of those transfers too from Jackson State, people want to play for Coach Prime, man, especially, safety position, cornerback position, just any secondary. You want to go play for this guy. Literally, I mean, best of the best, dude. I would want to go play for him too. I read on 247 Sports, they got Colorado going to the college football playoffs in 2024 or potential.
For the 12-team format?
That's what I'm assuming, which that could be a possibility. You get him in there. He's got a year, to work with. I think he's gonna be good, man. I think he's gonna make the right steps for Colorado. I think he's gonna win.
Ty, if you are a new recruit, you looking at Colorado to go play with Prime?
Yes. No. Both are reasonable answers. I mean, yes, because you gotta generally just have a respect for Prime, you know what I mean? And what he's able to do and how he's able to build a program. And you gotta believe in the kind of man he is. And I mean, if you believe in all of those things, then yeah, why not go try it out? You know what I mean? Why not go see what the possibilities are? But there are schools with names that are probably looking at me too, and I might have to pick one of them choices. You know what I'm saying? These bigger names, these bigger schools, bigger programs. I might gotta weigh my choices, but me personally, I might go check it out just because.
I might go to a campus visit. I don't know if I'm a sign in Colorado. If he was at Florida State or something, but
Yeah, I mean, Georgia's out there, Alabama's out there.
well, it's going to be up for grabs because USC is about to leave the conference and UCLA. So he might be on to something. But
Right.
these college players, they're not staying any longer than 2 3 years. So who knows? He's got his son transfer with him, and that guy Travis Hunter did transfer with him. So he might have a squad. I
Well,
don't know.
and you got to think about the regulations that they're going to put on transfer portals. They're talking about putting rules in to where like kids can't transfer just after like a year just because some company wants to give them a deal, pay them however much money to come play for whatever school. So that's also going to be beneficial with him as a coach at Colorado.
Right. That's true.
Mm. And with new NIL deals in place, we got to talk about Jalen Rashada, who had a commitment to Florida, but a $13 million NIL deal fell through. So he requested his release. His release has been granted, so now it's a big scramble for who's gonna pick up this guy Rashada. I'm gonna start the conversation with Ty this time. Is this reason for leaving Florida justified?
I mean, look, I don't know everybody's personal business. You know what I mean? And what we see is what we see. It could have been more, it could have been less. So, I mean, I could really go either way, but it's really dependent, like on how true everything is. You know what I mean? Because there's always like we say, there's always three sides to a story, and the sides that we usually hear are usually false. So I really can't sway my decision either way.
Cam, what about you?
Honestly, dude, I think that turning down $13 million as an 18-year-old kid going to play football somewhere, I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't turn $13 million down right now to go play football, and I'm almost 30.
No, he didn't turn it
So
down. The deal fell through, so he said, "I'm done with Florida. I'm going somewhere else."
right. But what I'm saying is like, so the deal it fell through, but again, I don't know how long he stuck around. I don't know all the details, but what it just seems like is that this deal didn't go through, so I'm not committing to him. So I don't know if he stuck
Yeah,
around
that's
to
what.
see like if there was any more like, we'll give you like 5 6 million. I don't know.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly. We don't know those details.
so there's that aspect. I don't know. But I mean, if they were offering 13 up front and I'm an 18-year-old kid and that fell through, my next question is going to be, okay, well, what can you offer me at that point? Um, but I mean, I saw earlier today he's crystal balling to Miami, um, which I don't know, man. I mean, we'll see what happens. But I mean, if those conversations did happen at Florida, where he was like, "Hey, what can you offer me, or what kind of deals am I getting?" Um, I hate to say that about college football. I hate looking at it as a business side, but these kids they want to see how much money they can make. Um, so if that conversation did happen and Florida was just not having that conversation, then yeah, good for him. Yeah, I'll decommit. Why would you stay there? Yeah.
How much? I'm gonna I'm gonna spitball a question out there. How much would have been acceptable? Like, all right, we can't give you the 13. Well, how much can you give? How much would they have said for y'all to be like, all right, cool,
For
I can
me,
stay. Yeah,
shit,
you originally
you
offered
you you
13. What they say?
Bro,
you give me a meal right now, I play right now.
bro,
Shit.
right now, like with my lifestyle right now, bro, just pay my house off. I'm good with it. Like, I'm cool with that. Just pay my house off.
Yeah. So you got 8 mil back there, a mil and a half.
Right.
I don't know what these kids want. He's 18 years old. And
Shit.
maybe
Hey,
that was
hey,
some of the stuff that Nick Saban was talking about with the NIL. Maybe it's getting out
Yeah,
of
yeah.
hand, but I like the fact that they're getting paid. But 13 mil, come on, bro.
Right, man. That's wild
hey,
to me.
producer said 10,000.
You give me 11.5. I'm cool, man.
Hey, go
You give
ahead.
you give me a lifetime supply, a gift card to the to Outback or something. We good. We Gucci. You throw that in
Oh,
there, man.
yeah. Feed me the rest of my life.
Fuck that.
We're perfect.
Feed me Outback the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Feed me something good. I want some upper echelon
Hello
type
Fresh.
shit, you know?
No,
Huh?
no. I said meal prep. The Hello Fresh.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That shit pretty good.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I, 13 mil, man. I don't know what happened, but like we said, me, yeah. If it don't go through, then at this point it's a principle thing. Like, so y'all playing with me. Y'all gonna play with me now. That means y'all always gonna play with me. And we seen his talent and highlights. Dude is next. So
He's
dude
got
is next up.
he's got an arm. It's crazy.
I hope they don't spell those Miami rumors. He can go up to USC. But we'll keep a eye on Jalen. We're gonna get into playoff football, and we're gonna get into how wrong some of you guys were. Let's start with the Chiefs and Jaguars. So here, Patrick Mahomes goes down um, right before halftime. He didn't want to get out the game, but Andy Reid made sure that he got out the game. Got his X-rays. Nothing came back. No ligament damage. He, however, did suffer a high ankle sprain, and he will be taking it day by day, but he plans on playing. Jaguars put up a very, very solid effort with Pat Mahomes' injury, but the time just isn't now yet. With all that being said, and Pat Mahomes and these guys going to their fifth consecutive AFC Championship game, only Tom Brady's done more. Um, how concerned are you guys about Patrick Mahomes' injury?
I mean, I want to be concerned, but it's Patrick. Like he uses his arm, and yeah, he moves in the pocket. But if that offensive line could push, and he can be able to sit there and have time, Lord knows what he can do with time, not having to move. I, I, I wouldn't be surprised if he does something better than normal. Honestly,
And the fact of the matter is, when his backup quarterback came in, they went down the field and scored.
yeah,
So
the system isn't flawed.
it's one of the most complete teams all the way together. I just think I'm not gonna say I'm not that concerned about it, but it's definitely a concern. But it's the playoffs. If they were 100%, then there would be a problem. So I think Mahomes still do what necessary for his team to win, and he can still rely to put the team on his back if he needs to.
If the offensive line doesn't do their job, then there's a lot of concern. It's a lot of concern. But if they do their job, then who knows?
Yeah, I agree, man. I mean, Mahomes, he had a high ankle sprain. For people that don't know, people that have never been in sports, high ankle sprains, depending on severity, can last between 6 to 12 weeks of recovery time. Um, and you could tell, bro, he was hurt. I mean, he was limping off. You could tell he was hurt. Um, but he still comes out and does his thing, man. I mean, he put up something, say, see you Sunday, Chiefs Kingdom. So I mean, he's implying that he's playing. So, um, I mean, we'll have to see, man. But if he's saying that he's good enough to play, I don't think Patrick Mahomes is one of those players that just like says something randomly and the shit's just not true. Um, I think that he's already been evaluated and shit. So if he's saying that he's playing, then I think he's going to play. Um, Worst case scenario, this is your last game. Best case scenario, you got one more game after this, and then you got a full off season. So I think he's going to play no matter what.
Oh yeah,
I think we're feeling. He's definitely going to play. He said the only way I'm not playing is if they take me out, and
horseman.
I don't know anybody who's going to be able to take him out that game, especially against the opponent he's going against. I think what we're missing with Pat Mahomes is the guy can throw off his back foot. He can throw off one foot. He can throw jumping. He don't even have his foot set. So the guy's a magician. He's going to be doing enough this week to make sure that he'll be able to play. There's no way he's going to allow his injury to hamper the Chiefs in any way that he try to get to the Super.
But allowing and what you don't have control over is what you don't have control over. And injuries is that. The injury is something that you can't control. Like you can't just say heal, motherfucking leg. I wish a motherfucker could, because I go right to their ass, heal my my broke ass. But unfortunately, that just ain't the case. Now,
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying they can alter the game plan. You can definitely run the ball. You got running backs. You can do wide receiver screens or something. You can make it easier for Mahomes.
And that's why I think that he's going to be okay, dude. I mean, he came in after his injury, and obviously you could tell he wasn't like he wasn't really throwing off of his back foot. I mean, he was kind of like, I don't know, he was throwing just shorter passes. You know what I mean? But when you have a squad like that,
right.
I mean, dude, all you got to do is just get the ball to somebody and let them work. I mean, that team is just like, I don't know, man. They're explosive, kind of like in all aspects. So I think even and then with Henny coming in, bro, and marching down the field, we see that the backup quarterback can do at least some kind of work, at least keep him in a game. So, but I think Mahomes, dude, I don't think we're gonna have to worry about anything, dude. As long like what Ty said, offensive line does their job. He doesn't have to run as much. He's not getting hit. He can just flip it out real quick.
Yeah.
He'll be all right.
It will be all right.
But
We're gonna get on to his familiar opponent a little later. We're gonna move on to the Giants and Eagles. Here was a backyard beatdown. The Eagles scored early and often. Jalen Hurts, not too crazy on the pass numbers. He had a couple passing touchdowns. He ran one in as the Eagles murdered the Giants 38-7. They had a 28-0 halftime lead. The Giants, that they were not a formidable foe. Should the Philadelphia Eagles be considered heavy favorites? Right now, they're currently 2.5-point favorites. Well, should they be considered heavy favorites Sunday?
I'll go ahead and take this one real quick. And it's written down right here. Philly favorites with a PH. Philly favorites. Bro, after that game, bro, I mean, they just dominated, bro. They dominated. Like, you cannot ask more of just a team win, dude. And they just dominated that game. And I don't know, man. Jalen Hurts, like I said, a little biased, just because of the fantasy. He's been doing his thing this year, bro. I mean, he's just been doing his thing. And they shut Daniel Jones down, dude. 135 yards, an interception, sacked him 5 times. Held Saquon to 61 yards. And if you're a betting man and you bet Matt Breida to score a touchdown, then you just won a shitload of money, because I don't think anybody would have bet that. Not in this game, at least.
No. But before you go, Ty, give you a question to ponder on. Since you did pick the Giants, I will. I'm gonna have that time stamped and sent to you later. Was this more of a Philly beatdown? Was this more of the Giants way out of the league?
Man, Giants. From the look of the game, they were over their heads. Them boys, you know how in the cartoon the superhero come up and he chests off. He like, yeah, I'm here. Then get that ass whooped.
Yeah. This was definitely one of those humbling beatdowns, one of them humbling ass kickings that you've seen in the beginning of Avengers Endgame, where they couldn't understand their villain, their opponent. But the thing is, New York should have understood these guys because they played them 3 times.
Yeah, but this is different. This playoff Eagles. The Giants, they just weren't ready for it. They didn't even see it coming. It just shit.
No, that's exactly what happened. Because every time I turned around, Philly was right there in that red zone about to score. It's like, man, this is getting sad. And
I look down, look up, they back in there.
Just last week, I said this was one of the 8. There's one of the 8 best teams remaining. The Giants were like they were number 8.
Mm-hmm.
They were hanging on by a thread. This should have been the Lions spot, honestly, because the Lions were really hotter than Seattle going into the playoffs. But man, Daniel Jones he played as well as you could expect him to play this week. It came into reality. Daniel Jones threw more than 230 yards 3 times this year. Once against the Detroit Lions, he had second worst rush pass defense in the league. The other 2 times were against the Minnesota Vikings. They have the worst pass defense. So I think this was just what it should have been. They went in there, handled business. They didn't want these guys to play around with them because there was too many chirpings in the air about whether this game was going to be close, whether Jalen Hurts still had it. Nope. These guys like a well-oiled machine. They like the best team in football on Saturday night. So it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough to beat those guys, but I don't think it's impossible.
I mean, it was an 8-win team versus what the Eagles record.
14.
14-win team, and that would have looked like.
Yeah. That's exactly what it looked like. It looked like they didn't put the even match on before they started the Madden game. We're gonna move on to what was probably the shocker of the weekend: a snowstorm in Orchard Park. The Bengals and the Bills. Joe Burrow looked sharp from the beginning. Torched you guys for about 262, 2 touchdowns, no picks. And Josh Allen and the Bills look very pedestrian. What's that?
I said, yeah, bro, no picks. That's Joe Burrow.
Yeah, Joe Burrow. And that sparked a quarterback debate throughout the NFL league or throughout the NFL world. And now let's bring it up. Is Joe Burrow the best quarterback in the NFL?
No.
He just got no. See, if we're talking about pure quarterback, the definition of the word and what you want the quarterback to do, reading defenses, going up to the line, figuring out the best matchup, and reacting that way. Joe Burrow has to be up there, and then you can put, man, I want to put Joe Burrow number 1, yes, for a quarterback. Read and react, play in a position. And I say that because guys like Mahomes, Allen, Hurts, these guys, they react differently. They're not looking at a defense and trying to pick the defense apart. They're playing off how the defense breaks it down.
Yeah, man. I mean, I hear you on that. And Joe Burrow is phenomenal quarterback. I mean, again, bro, I've been seeing him since he was at LSU. Like, he destroyed Georgia in SEC championship game. Like, the dude just picks defense apart. Like, I get it. He's a great quarterback, but I mean, just like the last guy we were just talking about, dude. I mean, Patrick Mahomes. I mean, that's my. I I think that is who is the best quarterback in football right now is Patrick Mahomes.
Okay.
I, bro, I just can't find it in me to pick Joe Burrow for anything. I mean, Joe does his thing, bro. Don't get me wrong. He does his thing, but I just cannot pick Joe, bro. I mean, nothing against him personally. Well, I guess you kind of could because of the LSU thing. I'm still kind of getting over that a little bit. So I guess you could use that.
I feel you on that. But not to say that Joe isn't close because he damn sure is close. But
Oh, for sure.
Patrick Mahomes is a magician, bro. Like he makes plays that don't even make sense. Theoretically, untheoretically, it just don't make sense. And when you see it happen, it's just like, bro, how do you continuously make these plays? And Joe makes throws that are amazing, and he gets out of the pocket and gets going down the field. But this guy Patrick, man, we gonna see it really this week because he hurt. If he can still be a magician hurt, it's no doubt about it.
So y'all talk to me about athleticism. We're talking about a quarterback's mind, breaking down a defense, showing that poise, being the reason why your team can do it. There's nobody who's doing it like Joe Burrow. Um, Throughout the season, I can't find a game. I can't remember a game where Joe Burrow was the reason why this team lost. Maybe week one where he threw four interceptions against Pittsburgh, but had his kicker not missed the extra point, those guys were going to win that game. Pat Mahomes against Buffalo early in the season threw a pick to end the game. These guys lost. And he had a pick in Indy. Pat Mahomes did to end the game. The reason behind their loss. I don't know any laws where I have to put it on Joe Burrow making a mistake based on his quarterback mind. You guys are talking to me about the player and the athlete, the athleticism of Patrick Mahomes. We're talking about the quarterback mind of Joe Burrow.
Okay, so just a quick question on that then. So, what do you think of when you think of a quarterback? Like, what's the first thing that comes to your mind?
Awareness.
Awareness, right? All right. So, let me rephrase this question. When you think of quarterback,
Okay.
do you think of passing or rushing?
Oh, passing.
Right. So, I feel like Patrick Mahomes can have any receiver that he wants, and he can put the ball in the exact same spot. The receiver just needs to catch it. That's it. All they have to do is this. That's it.
It's true.
I don't think Joe Burrow is exactly that. He's close because I mean I've seen some drop balls, um, that should have been caught that were just kind of right on the money with Joe Burrow, and they were tough throws. But I just think that Patrick Mahomes has that little extra edge on him. That's the only reason I say that.
And I gotta disagree with both of y'all to agree with you, but I still
What?
gotta disagree with you. See, here's where the line gets drawn. Joe Burrow can make the throw to put it right where he needed to be, right where the receiver is. There's no doubt about it. He does it all the time. Every time I watch the game, he's doing it. But the point is, Patrick will put you where he need you to be, not just the ball. he will throw you to the spot that he needs you to be at so that we can make the play. And consistently doing that, that's what makes the difference.
And you guys are continuously telling me about the athleticism of Mahomes and how you can make these throws, make every throw. All
But
right, I'm
without
gonna break it
without
down like this. Uh, Burrow takes 2.55 seconds to throw the ball. Second fastest time besides Tom Brady in the NFL. Meaning he's already broken down the play by the time he gets to the line, figure out where he wants the ball to go to. If Pat Mahomes has to come down and play that way, he's going to have more turnovers because he's looking for that big home run play. He's looking for that knockout play. He's looking to extend the play. That's what I'm saying.
but that's just how his team is built. Like his
Right.
team is
They're
built
I mean, they're
around
just
that.
trying to kill time at that point. I mean I mean Mahomes is just like, I mean, he's a game clock manager. Which I mean, for most of the season that's always had to be, is just manage the clock because we're up. All you got to do is just run the ball or make little out passes if you need to, but I mean that's, I don't know, I think he manages the game better as well.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
arguable as well. But without Patrick's mind, how would he throw these passes? Like he has to have this superior quarterback mind, like in order to make these plays. That's what I'm saying. Like you can't have one without the other. You can't just go out there and throw the ball and not think about where you're throwing it or
No,
think
no,
about
no, no,
how.
no. I'm not saying his mind isn't superior. I'm just not. I'm saying it's not as superior as Burrow's because Burrow has proved in the big moments. Burrow and the Bengals, those guys didn't lose a Super Bowl because of him. They lost because of his line.
Right. And so that's what I was about to bring up. So I just had to look it up, bro. Patrick Mahomes, he was sacked from what I'm seeing in NFL 2022 season, 26 sacks, and Joe Burrow 41. So that's what I'm saying is like, I mean, he's getting the ball off quick because he kind of has to. You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. If you give them both the same line and the same receivers and stuff like that, the argument would be way closer than I think of what it is right now.
Oh,
But
that's
but
I
to
don't
me
know
right
that.
but to me right now, bro, Patty's just got it, man. I mean, by a landslide.
I don't know if it's a landslide, but there's a difference.
So hold on, like the landslide, and then like the landslide kind of stops, and then it landslides again. Well, that's where Joe is. He's like right there.
Oh man, giving Pat Mahomes a guy like Jamar Chase and T Higgins is scary. Scary, just scary to think about.
Yeah.
Let, let's go on to our final game of the weekend. Probably the best game of the weekend, 49ers and Cowboys. The Cowboys reverted back to their old ways. Dak Prescott, 206 yards. He was 25 37. Two INTs. Could have thrown two more. And somehow, some way, the Cowboys were still in this game. There was a couple bonehead coaching mistakes. Brett Maher didn't do what he was supposed to by giving these guys momentum. The very first point after action attempt was blocked, and Brock Purdy did just enough. He had 212 yards, no passing touchdowns. The only touchdown from the 49ers came from Christian McCaffrey, who only had about 60 total yards. Like that defense, both defenses reigned supreme as 49ers did exactly what they needed to do. And what do you think that'll be the key to beating Philly Sunday in Philly to go to Super Bowl?
Um, I think in order for the 49ers to beat Philly, that's your question, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. In order for that to happen, I think that Brock Purdy and Christian McCaffrey have got to they've got to have an outstanding game. Brock Purdy, like you said, he had no touchdowns. It's the playoffs here. I need at least one. If I'm a head coach, I need at least one. My QB one, my RB one. Hey man, I need at least one. That's my mindset here in the playoffs. This is big time right now. But obviously in this game, man, two huge, big time defenses. So I mean, it was hard for them to score, obviously. But I think that's it's them two showing up, man. I mean, they got to show up.
Man, I agree. It's gonna have to be on the offense because defense shows up every week, and they won't let you forget it. They just won't let you forget it. Defense shows up and will kick you in the face every week. But I mean, we do got a fresh quarterback, and I mean, the good thing is the offense has so many different weapons, like McCaffrey, and it's like we can't really go wrong as long as we play solid. And I mean, with the team that they facing, it's kind of like a toss-up. Like facing the Eagles, it's kind of like a mirror. You meeting that team that all year been playing this way. They've been playing physical. They've been playing tough, and we've been playing physical, and we've been playing tough. So it's kind of like at the same time we about to really see who the best of the best is right now. Because San Fran, that defense, man, I just can't. I can't really be into this conversation because.
Yeah, I foolishly picked the Cowboys as well this weekend too, but I think the biggest thing for San Fran here is their offense, because I think matchup wise, Dallas probably matched up with them the best skill set for skill set. If these guys can get past that Eagles secondary, we know about the Eagles pass rush. 75 sacks throughout the season. That's including the playoffs because they have 5 against Daniel Jones and 70 in the regular season. So if they can find a way to scheme McCaffrey and Debo, I seen formations where Debo was in the backfield, McCaffrey was in the slot. So if you can find that matchup where McCaffrey's being guarded by a linebacker, then we're good to go. And you can exploit that, and you got that guy, George Kittle. George Kittle needs to be that X factor, but it's got to be one in the offense, not on the defense. I understand defense win championships, but quarterbacks win Super Bowls. So Brock Purdy, you gotta go do something that nobody's ever done. So I think he gotta go get it.
Yeah. Yeah, honestly, because like I said, defense gonna do their job. We know they're gonna do it.
Yeah, the defense is going to do their job. The defense has only allowed 16 points per game all year. They've only allowed more than 23 points twice, and that was to the Raiders, Devontae Adams, and Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. So I think that you can keep the Eagles within 21 points. You should be able out there to go get you 21. You didn't go get you 21 last week, but that's okay. I think you can go out and get you 21.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to move on to our divisional round MVPs. Who played the best this weekend? Cam, we're going to start off with you.
Honestly, man, I'm going to give it to Travis Kelce. He kind of showed it this week, man. It kind of doesn't matter who my quarterback is. I'm still going to do me. 17 targets, 14 of them caught. He had 2 touchdowns to go along with it. 2 yards shy of a 100-yard game. I mean, Travis Kelce is just doing Travis Kelce things, man. I mean, he's an insane athlete, and I mean, for you to be a tight end and you got targeted 17 times in a playoff game, that alone lets me know that you are more than likely the most valuable player on my team, because I'm throwing to you 17 times in a game. So obviously they want the ball in his hand. He does his thing, man. 2 touchdowns out of it. Yeah, I mean that's easy money.
Travis Kelce did look unstoppable. He moved to tie for 4th all-time playoff touchdown receptions. My guy is Fred Warner, all-pro linebacker for San Francisco 49ers. 9 tackles, a pass breakup, and an interception. Fred Warner, every time you watch a San Francisco game, Fred Warner is the guy who is in on every play, and he goes everywhere. I don't even know how he's in on every play, but every highlight, 54 somewhere tagged around in it. He's in the middle of the ball. He's a ball hawk. He plays like a cornerback with the mind of a linebacker with the skills of a safety. So Fred Warner, if he plays at the top of his game on Sunday, then you can see San Francisco and Arizona.
Yeah. I got to go with Joey B, man. Joey B, man. 242, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. He's just been playing solid, bro. And like, he's consistently playing solid. And you see what he did. He went out there and whooped them boys' ass as he was supposed to.
As he's supposed to?
So he did what he's supposed to do, Cam. What he's supposed to do, okay? And that's the thing about Joey B. He consistently does what he's supposed to do. With Chase back there, man, I don't know who's stopping that boy. I don't know who's gonna stop him. I don't think Patrick gonna stop him.
As we get into that, it is Championship Sunday. So we bring up our championship trees. Where and who is going to be in Glendale, Arizona, February 13th? I got the Kansas City Chiefs, who will finally do what needs to be done. After everything I said about Joe Burrow earlier in the show, and he's the best quarterback mind, I got to go with the best player in the league, and Patrick Mahomes, and the better coach, and Andy Reid. These guys will have something schemed up where Mahomes get that ball out of his hands quick, and he'll do enough with the run game. You got a guy like Kadarius Toney. I don't know the health of Mecole Hardman yet, but I think that KC has the wherewithal. And these guys are going to go down as underdogs right now. So I think they have that mindset. They've been the best team all year in the AFC with a couple hiccups, but this should be a game where the ball comes down to Pat Mahomes in the last drive, and he does what he does. That's going to be a field goal game. San Francisco and Philadelphia, I went back and forth with myself all day long, but I got to go with San Francisco because we talked about that defense, and we talked about the X factor, George Kittle. Brandon Ayuk and Deebo Samuel, they can get shut down, but who's going to be out there guarding the middle with George Kittle? And that's where the Eagles are suspectable. They're missing some guys. Avonte Maddox will not be playing slot corner, so they're going to be missing some guys. I like KC and San Fran for a Super Bowl 54 matchup and Super Bowl 57.
So I'm gonna agree with you on the Chiefs. I just simply off of I just can't pick Joe Burrow right now. But
well, biased to me.
No, man, they're just a young squad, dude. I give them a couple of years. I just don't think that they're ready, honestly. They're young. They're a young squad, man. I give them a couple more years, and I think that they are definitely going to be in that conversation of like when the season is starting, preseason, where they're saying, "Hey, predictions are Bengals in the Super Bowl." Like, and everyone's believing it, because I think that Joe Burrow is a winner like that. So, I give him a couple of years, man. They just need to mesh a little bit more. But Chiefs, I mean, bro, fifth consecutive, fifth consecutive championship going to, bro. Andy Reid is a coach. Patty Mahomes there. They just got a really good, they just got a good chemistry, man. So I think that they get it done. Um, and then as far as the Eagles and 49ers, two solid defenses. Um, but I think that the Eagles might kind of pull it out. Um, San Fran's doing their thing, but I think that Brock Purdy, I don't think he can get it done, man. He's been great. He's having a fantastic playoff. Um, I just don't think he can get it done. I think the Eagles are just more experienced again, just like they're just more tight knit. They just play better together, I guess you could say. Um, they're just more. I don't know. I would take if I had to pick Jalen Hurts over Brock Purdy right now. I'm going to take Jalen Hurts because he just runs that team, man. So that's my picks.
I'm ashamed. I'm ashamed in you two for not picking the Bengals. What is wrong with y'all? What's wrong with you? Come on. How many times has Joe Burrow whooped Patrick Mahomes' ass? More than he has whooped Joe Burrow's ass, and that's the damn sure. So it just logically makes sense to pick the Bengals. Come on. I know. Patrick's a better player. Maybe hosh posh bagosh. But here's the thing. Joe Burrow has beaten a healthy Patrick Mahomes. Hell make you think he ain't gonna be the unhealthy Patrick Mahomes. Y'all are killing me with this. And as far as the Eagles saying, man, die Eagles, die, motherfucker. Die. It's my time for that bird to get on out the sky. I mean, I ain't no Eagle hater anymore. I used to be some years ago. And I'm damn sure a San Fran hater. But I gotta go with San Fran. I gotta go with the better defense. And that's who I feel is the better defense.
So Cam, you're not at all worried about what Nick Bosa and Eric Armstead can do to that Eagles line. We don't know if they're gonna have their top lineman Lane Johnson, and we still don't know the extent of how good that shoulder really is.
I mean, I'm not really worried about the offensive line of Philly. I'm more worried about the offensive line of San Fran being able to stop Philly's defensive line. I don't think that they're going to be able to.
Trent Williams good on that side. That's Big Trent. Big Trent. They
Yeah,
good on
yeah.
that.
Hey, Big Trent can do what he wants.
We good on
Hey,
that side.
bro, but I just don't think, bro. I know that the 49ers got Christian McCaffrey, Debo Samuel, Brock Purdy doing his little thing right now, and then Brandon Ayuk, bro, who can. I mean, this dude can either have a 20-yard game or he can have like a 120-yard game. You never know with them.
I
But
can the same can be said for Devontae Smith.
right, but AJ Brown been killing it all year long.
Debo Samuel didn't have 50 yards last game, and these guys still found a way to move the ball and win. So it's going to be that
Yeah,
next man
but, hey,
mentality.
but George Kittle had almost a 100-yard game.
Right, because it was the next man up. He was the next man up. I'm telling you, it's way too
Oh, but
many
you can,
weapons.
but you can have that in Philly too, though, because if AJ Brown's not on, Miles Sanders is on. If Miles Sanders ain't on, Jalen Hurts is on. I mean, you can kind of make the same argument. I think it just comes down to the defense.
That's what it's going to come down to, and the better
And
defenses.
that San Francisco defense will not allow that run game. The run game will only work if Sanders and Hurts can run together, like can confuse the defense. If I know I can stop Miles Sanders from exceeding, and I don't have to worry about Jalen Hurts threatening my run game, then okay, all I got to make sure you don't beat me over the top.
Well, so I mean, bro, I get the argument only because I mean they shut down Dallas. Like Dallas ain't have no rushing yards, you know. So I mean I
Hey,
get
all
it.
right, all right.
I mean no disrespect, bro, but I get it. But Jalen Hurts can throw.
Yes, he can.
So
That is
so I'm just saying, bro, like it I mean, Dak's just proven before that, I forget how many years ago it was, but when Zeke was hurt, bro, he was out. Dak had a terrible year.
Yeah,
Terrible.
I
And,
know what you're
and, the,
talking about.
and the joke was, oh, without Zeke, he can't play.
Zeke ain't looking like shit. So what the hell?
It,
But as
it,
far as
it,
that,
it,
man,
go ahead.
hey, nah, because I'm about to go on a rant about the Dallas Cowboys.
Go ahead. Take us away.
Take us away. I
Hmm.
wish I had my theme music. If you're a Dallas fan in 2023, there's something wrong with you.
I agree.
Especially if you're a Dallas fan for the last 20 years or the last 25 plus, like I have. You have serious mental issues. You must have
Hmm.
been abandoned as a child. Nobody loved you. Nobody cared. They probably left you out in the cold.
You were
There's
the
something
last one
wrong with it.
picked.
You know why? Because Dallas just can't do anything right. They just fucking can't. Like all fucking year, every fucking year, it's our year, it's our fucking year. Woo woo woo, we got a team. Woo woo woo, and then you motherfuckers got the audacity to talk shit on national television, and to get your ass handed to you like this. I don't ever want to hear shit you got to say. And Zeke, we pay how much? You making how much money? How many yards you had? And not the fuck enough. Not the fuck enough. Dak, Dak, I've been fighting for you for the last 7 years. I can't fight for you no more. We can't win. Fuck. I can't get a win, save my fucking life. It'd have been cool had we lost next week. You know what I mean? But this week, it just don't mean nothing now. The whole season don't mean shit.
Honestly, bro, like I don't know. I like I like the I like the Zeke and Tony Pollard combo, dude. I think that it works pretty good. Um, you got to get Dak out of there, bro. If I'm being honest,
But here's the thing: Dak ain't the only problem.
he's not.
Zeke
But
ain't.
I'm saying like he just can't win big games though.
Yeah, that might be he might be Tony Romo. You know what I mean?
Think,
He
just think
might be
about
Tony.
just think about this. Patrick Mahomes, one-legged, gimpy Patrick Mahomes, right? Had like 195 passing yards,
Mm-hmm.
right? Dak in a full game had like 205 healthy,
Yeah.
right?
Now that
I'm,
offensive line was getting fucked up. I mean, they were getting killed.
I mean, they were, but I don't think Joe Burrow would have got hit, or I don't think Joe Burrow would have, threw how many interceptions did Dak have? Let's see.
He had two. There's no need to check your
That's it.
stats. He had two
So,
bags.
I mean, again, back what Cole was saying earlier. I mean, Joe had four in one game, right, in the first game, but Joe ain't doing that now. I think if you had a quarterback like Joe Burrow, y'all might have won that game, or Patrick Mahomes might have won that game. I know we're talking about two of the top five best quarterbacks in the NFL right now, but
Mhm.
that's me also saying that Dak is definitely probably not even in the top 10 best.
Okay, no, I'm not gonna agree with you there, and
I knew you weren't going to, bro.
I'm not gonna go as far as to say that Dak lost that game because Dallas lost that game. The
Oh, they
whole
Yeah,
did
entire
for
lost
sure.
that game. There was nobody minus the defense. Okay, the defense did their part. The whole entire offense lost that game because they couldn't move the ball. The ball couldn't go nowhere, and
But
then
bro,
you lost.
CD Lamb
Uh,
had like 115 yards.
yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah. CeeDee Lamb was the
that's it.
only person who showed up.
That's it. Because once you lost Pollard, Zeke pedestrian ass walking and shit. He had like he averaged like what less than 5 yards a rush. Come
Nah,
on.
you being real modest. It was about less than 3.5.
Yeah, it was like three. Yeah, yeah,
I was trying to help him out a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Damn.
you know, he didn't get that type of help. 5 yards, that's very lovely.
yeah.
Well, I said less than. So
Yeah, way less than.
it's like two. What's less? What else is less than five? But man, if you're a Dallas fan after this, I'm pray for you.
And remember
'Cause
our records for Championship Sunday, our playoff records. I got 9-1, thanks to them punk ass Cowboys. 8-2 for Cam and a very respectable 4-6 for Ty. And we'll see how our records get touched this weekend. You know how we're gonna do it. You guys ready for the joke?
all right.
Bro, I've been waiting all week on this.
All right. Why can't you hear a pterodactyl going to the bathroom?
Is he pissing the air?
I mean, yeah, I mean it's dropping, right?
Because the P is silent.
Yo, I
I
just
like
got
it
that.
better.
I like that joke, bro.
The P is silent, pterodactyl. She said he